In the quiet, temperature-controlled labs of Silicon Valley and beyond, a new kind of machine is humming to life. It's a revolution whispered in the language of quantum mechanics. A promise of computational power so immense it could reshape our world. Giants like Google and IBM are racing towards what they call quantum supremacy, a milestone where these machines can solve problems that are practically impossible for even the most powerful supercomputers of today. This isn't just an academic exercise. This is a technological arms race that could redefine everything from medicine to materials science. But as this new dawn of computing approaches, a shadow is cast over our increasingly digital world. Deep within the scientific community, a stark warning is being issued. This very power, this quantum leap, could also become the ultimate weapon. And its first target might be the foundation of our new digital economy, Bitcoin. For over a decade, Bitcoin has been the poster child for cryptographic security. Its entire existence is built on a mathematical fortress, an encryption algorithm known as SHA-256, and the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm, or ECDSA. These are the digital locks that protect every single transaction. Every wallet, every fraction of a coin in its multi-trillions of dollars ecosystem. For years, we've been told these locks are unbreakable. A classical computer would need more time than the age of the universe to brute force a single Bitcoin private key. It was the ultimate promise of decentralized, trustless security. But the laws of physics are being rewritten. Scientists and cryptographers are now sounding the alarm. The quantum revolution has a dark side. They warn that within the next decade, a sufficiently powerful quantum computer could shatter Bitcoin's defenses. Using an algorithm developed decades ago by mathematician Peter Shor, a quantum machine could effectively pick the lock on any Bitcoin wallet, rendering the uncrackable cracked. The implications are staggering. If this happens, it's not just about one cryptocurrency. It would be a catastrophic failure of the trust that underpins the entire digital financial order. The threat isn't some distant, theoretical possibility anymore. It's a clear and present danger that has sent shockwaves through the corridors of power in the private sector. While the public conversation remains focused on the price of crypto, a clandestine effort is underway. We began investigating whispers of a new frontier in blockchain technology, one that operates in the shadows, preparing for a quantum future. Our investigation led us to a small but growing ecosystem of companies, quietly building what they call quantum-resistant or post-quantum blockchains. These are not household names. They are specialized teams of cryptographers and engineers working on next-generation security. They are designing new mathematical shields, cryptographic algorithms believed to be immune to attacks from both classical and quantum computers. We found projects like the Quantum-Resistant Ledger and various academic initiatives that have been working on this problem for years, long before it became a headline. They are in a race against time, attempting to rebuild the very foundations of blockchain technology before the old ones are turned to dust. This race has created a fascinating and potentially dangerous friction. On one side, you have the United States government and its defense apparatus. For agencies like the NSA, quantum computing represents both a monumental threat and an unparalleled opportunity. They are pouring billions of dollars into quantum research, not just for defense but for offense. The ability to break the encryption of adversaries would be the ultimate intelligence prize. They are treating the development of quantum-resistant cryptography as a matter of national security, standardizing specific algorithms that government systems and critical infrastructure will be required to adopt. On the other side, you have the global open-source community that birthed Bitcoin. This is a culture built on transparency, decentralization, and a deep-seated distrust of centralized authority. They see the government's attempt to control the standards for post-quantum security as a threat to the very ethos of their movement. Will the NSA-approved algorithms have hidden backdoors? Can a technology that is meant to be global and borderless truly be secure if its defensive protocols are dictated by a single nation-state? This creates an ideological battleground. The open-source world is scrambling to develop and validate its own quantum-resistant solutions, fostering a chaotic, innovative but potentially fragmented approach. The tension is palpable, a battle between the organized, top-down strategy of a superpower and the decentralized bottom-up innovation of a global community. The future of digital security may be decided by who wins. So, we are left with the ultimate question, the one that keeps central bankers, tech billionaires, and ordinary investors awake at night. If Bitcoin is cracked, will the digital financial order collapse? The scenario is terrifyingly plausible. Imagine a single day, call it CutEverything. State actor or a rogue entity announces they have a cryptographically relevant quantum computer. To prove it, they move Bitcoins from an early high-value wallet, perhaps even one associated with its anonymous creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. They sign a transaction with a key that was thought to be lost forever. In an instant, panic would erupt. The price of Bitcoin would crash to zero. But the contagion would not stop there. The algorithms that protect Bitcoin are cousins to the ones that protect much of our digital lives. Confidence in the entire cryptocurrency market would evaporate overnight. Billions, if not trillions of dollars in digital assets would be wiped out. The trust that has been so painstakingly built in the idea of a decentralized financial system would be shattered, perhaps irrevocably. It would be a financial cataclysm on a scale never before seen, a digital bank run with nowhere to withdraw your funds. But a collapse is not an inevitability. The very community that created this challenge is also its most likely savior. The race to upgrade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to quantum-resistant standards is already on. It will be one of the most difficult and politically charged upgrades in the history of software. It would require a global consensus, a coordinated hard fork of the network where everyone agrees to move to the new, more secure system. It's like trying to upgrade the engines of an airplane while it's in mid-flight, with all the passengers arguing over which engine to use. Yet, the history of this technology is one of adaptation and survival. The quantum threat is not an unforeseen asteroid. It's a hurricane that we can see forming on the horizon. The tools to build the shelters are in our hands. The coming decade will be a crucible for the digital age. It will test our ability to cooperate in the face of a common threat. The outcome will determine whether the dream of a decentralized digital future survives, or whether it becomes a forgotten relic, a broken promise shattered by the immense and paradoxical power of the quantum age. The race has begun.